Learning Python today has become one of the most powerful decisions a person can make in the current digital and AI-driven world because almost every modern technology you see around you is either directly built using Python or heavily supported by it in the background. And this makes Python not just a programming language, but a gateway into the future of careers, innovation, and problem-solving in a world that is rapidly changing due to artificial intelligence, automation, and data-driven systems. And when we talk about benefits of learning Python in the current scenario, the first and most important thing to understand is its simplicity and readability, because Python is designed in such a way that even a beginner who has never coded before can start writing meaningful programs within a few hours, unlike many other programming languages that feel complex and heavy at the beginning. Python uses simple English-like syntax, which reduces confusion and allows learners to focus more on logic and creativity rather than struggling with technical barriers. For example, if someone wants to build a simple calculator or a basic chatbot, Python allows them to do it with very few lines of code, which gives instant motivation and confidence to continue learning. And this is especially important for the new generation who often lose interest quickly if things feel too difficult at the start. Another major benefit of learning Python is its massive role in artificial intelligence and machine learning, because in today's world, AI is not just a future concept, but a present reality that is already shaping industries like healthcare, education, business, marketing, entertainment, and even agriculture. And Python is the backbone language behind many AI systems, such as recommendation engines used by YouTube and Netflix, voice assistants like Alexa and Siri, and even advanced systems like self-driving car technology. And when a student learns Python, they're not just learning a programming language, but they're actually opening doors to work on real-world intelligent systems that can analyze data, predict outcomes, and even make decisions. For instance, in healthcare, Python is used to build models that can detect diseases like cancer at an early stage by analyzing medical images, which shows how powerful and life-changing this skill can be. Similarly, in business, Python helps companies understand customer behavior by analyzing large amounts of data, which allows them to make better decisions and increase profits. Another strong advantage of Python is its huge community and support system, meaning that no matter what problem a learner faces, there are millions of developers around the world sharing solutions, tutorials, and open source tools that make learning faster and easier. This is very important for beginners because they never feel stuck or alone in their learning journey. Additionally, Python is used in many different fields beyond AI, such as web development, game development, cybersecurity, automation, and data science, which means learning Python does not limit a person to one career path, but instead gives flexibility to explore multiple industries and choose what suits them best. For example, someone interested in websites can use Python frameworks like Django to build full professional websites, while someone interested in data can use Python libraries like Pandas and NumPy to analyze complex datasets and find meaningful patterns. And another key benefit is automation, where Python allows users to automate repetitive tasks such as sending emails, organizing files, or even scraping information from websites, which saves time and increases productivity in both personal and professional life. Imagine a student who spends hours doing manual data entry work. With Python, they can automate that entire process in minutes. This shows how Python is not just about coding, but about making life easier and smarter. And in the current scenario, where companies are heavily relying on automation and AI tools, people who know Python naturally become more valuable in the job market because they can adapt to modern technologies quickly. Even startups today prefer hiring Python developers because it allows them to build prototypes faster and test ideas efficiently. And this demand is only increasing as AI continues to grow globally. Another important aspect is that Python is beginner-friendly but also powerful enough for advanced applications, which means a learner can start with basic programs like printing messages or doing calculations and gradually move to building complex AI models or even working on deep learning systems that mimic human brain functions. This smooth learning curve is one of the biggest reasons why Python has become the most popular programming language in the world today. And when we connect this with the motivation for the new generation, it becomes clear that learning Python is not just about getting a job, but about becoming part of the future technological revolution where humans and machines work together to solve real-world problems. And this creates endless opportunities for creativity, innovation, and financial growth. Building on what we discussed earlier, one of the most important benefits of learning Python in today's world is its direct connection with artificial intelligence tools that are already changing how people work, learn, and communicate, because AI is no longer something experimental in research labs. It is now deeply integrated into daily life through tools like ChatGPT, Google Search, recommendation systems, translation apps, and image recognition systems, and Python is the main language behind many of these systems, which means learning Python gives a person the ability to not only use AI tools, but also understand and build them. For example, when you use YouTube and it suggests videos based on your interests, that recommendation system is powered by machine learning models often built using Python libraries. And when you see spam filters in your email that automatically detect unwanted messages, that is also AI working behind the scenes using Python-based models. This makes Python extremely powerful because it gives learners the ability to step behind the curtain of technology and understand how intelligent systems actually function instead of just being passive users. Another major benefit is that Python has become the foundation of data science, which is one of the highest demand fields in the current job market because companies today depend on data more than anything else, whether it is a small business or a global tech company. They all collect massive amounts of data and need skilled people who can analyze it, find patterns, and turn it into useful insights. Python makes this possible through powerful libraries like Pandas for data manipulation, NumPy for numerical analysis, Matplotlib for visualization, and scikit-learn for machine learning. For example, a company like Amazon uses data science to analyze what customers are buying and then predicts what they might want next. This improves sales and customer satisfaction. Similarly, banks use Python-based systems to detect fraudulent transactions in real time, which protects users from financial loss. And this shows how learning Python directly connects a person to real-world problem-solving that has impact on millions of people. Another strong benefit of Python is that it allows beginners to quickly move from learning to earning because there are many freelancing and job opportunities available even for entry-level Python developers. For instance, a beginner can start by doing simple automation tasks like creating scripts to organize data, scrape websites, or automate reports. And these small tasks are often paid in freelancing platforms. As skills improve, they can move into web development using frameworks like Flask or Django and build full websites for clients, and eventually they can enter high-paying fields like machine learning engineering or data science. This step-by-step growth makes Python one of the most practical skills for financial independence in the digital age. Another important aspect is that Python supports rapid prototyping, which means developers can quickly turn ideas into working models without spending too much time on complex setup or coding structure. This is extremely useful in startups where speed matters. For example, if someone has an idea for an AI app that summarizes notes or translates languages, they can build a working prototype in Python within days or weeks instead of months. This allows innovation to happen faster and gives learners a sense of creativity and achievement early in their journey. Python also plays a big role in cybersecurity, where it is used to detect vulnerabilities, analyze network traffic, and build security tools that protect systems from hackers. In a world where cyber threats are increasing every day, this skill becomes highly valuable and respected. Additionally, Python is used in automation across industries, where companies reduce human workload by using scripts that handle repetitive tasks, such as generating reports, sending notifications, or managing databases. This not only saves time, but also reduces errors and increases efficiency. And for individuals, this means they can work smarter instead of harder. For example, a student can automate their study notes organization, or a business owner can automate customer responses, making daily work much easier. Another key benefit is that Python is open source and free, which means anyone in the world can download it and start learning without spending money. This makes it accessible to students from all backgrounds. especially in developing countries where expensive software or education tools may not be available. And this accessibility is one of the reasons Python has become so popular. Globally, it removes barriers and gives equal opportunity to everyone who is willing to learn. And when we connect all these points together, it becomes clear that Python is not just a technical skill, but a life-changing tool that can shape careers, income, and future opportunities in a world that is becoming more digital every day. When we look deeper into real job markets and industries, the benefits of learning Python become even more powerful because it is no longer just a good skill to have, but in many cases, it has become a core requirement for modern tech-related careers, especially in fields like artificial intelligence, data science, software development, and automation engineering. And what makes Python special in the job market is that it is used across almost every major industry, which means a person is not limited to one type of company or role. For example, in healthcare, Python is used to build systems that analyze patient records, detect early signs of diseases, and even help in drug discovery by processing large amounts of medical data. This means doctors and researchers can make faster and more accurate decisions that can save lives. In finance, Python is widely used for stock market prediction, risk analysis, fraud detection, and algorithmic trading, where computers analyze market patterns and execute trades in milliseconds, something no human can do manually. In education, Python is used to create smart learning platforms that adapt to students' progress, meaning if a student is weak in a topic, the system automatically adjusts content to help them improve. This makes learning more personalized and effective. And in business, companies use Python to understand customer behavior, optimize marketing campaigns, and predict future trends, which gives them a competitive advantage in a fast-changing market. Another major benefit is that Python is the backbone of many AI and machine learning jobs, and these jobs are among the highest-paying careers today because companies are competing to build smarter systems. For example, AI engineers use Python to build chatbots, recommendation engines, and image recognition systems. Data scientists use Python to extract insights from raw data and help companies make decisions. And machine learning engineers use Python to train models that can learn from data and improve over time. What makes this even more important is that the demand for these skills is growing faster than the supply of skilled professionals, which means people who learn Python today are positioning themselves for strong career opportunities in the future. Another important benefit is that Python helps people transition into remote work and freelancing opportunities, which has become very popular in the current digital economy. Many companies now hire Python developers remotely to build websites, automate systems, or analyze data, which allows individuals to work from anywhere in the world and earn in global markets. For example, a freelancer in Pakistan, India, or any developing country can work for clients in the US or Europe simply by having Python skills and a laptop. This opens financial freedom that was not easily possible before. Python also plays a huge role in startups and innovation because it allows developers to build minimum viable products quickly, meaning if someone has a new business idea, they can use Python to build a working version of their product in a short time and test it in the market. This reduces risk and increases creativity. Many successful startups today started with Python prototypes before becoming large companies. Another key advantage is that Python is highly versatile, meaning the same language can be used for building websites, mobile backend systems, AI models, desktop applications, and even game development. This reduces the need to learn multiple programming languages at the beginning and allows learners to focus on one strong foundation. For example, Instagram, which is used by billions of people, uses Python in its backend systems, showing that Python is not just for beginners, but also for large-scale systems used globally. Similarly, Dropbox uses Python for its file storage system, which handles massive amounts of data every day. And YouTube also uses Python in many of its internal systems for video processing and recommendations. This proves that Python is trusted by some of the biggest tech companies in the world. Another benefit is that Python helps learners develop problem-solving thinking, because coding is not just about writing instructions, but about breaking down real-world problems into smaller logical steps. This improves analytical thinking, creativity, and decision-making skills, which are useful even outside programming. For example, a person learning Python naturally becomes better at organizing tasks, analyzing situations, and finding efficient solutions in daily life. And this mindset is one of the most valuable benefits of learning programming in general, especially in a world where problem-solving ability is highly valued in every profession. When a beginner starts learning Python in today's world, the biggest advantage they get is that the learning path is very flexible and beginner-friendly, meaning they do not need any prior technical background to start. And this is especially important for the new generation who may feel overwhelmed by complex subjects like programming, because Python allows them to start small and gradually build strong skills over time. For example, the first step usually begins with understanding basic concepts like variables, data types, loops, and conditions, which are simple building blocks of programming. And once these are clear, learners can quickly move to writing small programs such as a number guessing game, a calculator, or simple automation scripts. These early projects are very important because they give instant feedback and motivation, and this motivation is what keeps learners consistent in their journey. After this stage, learners can move into intermediate topics like functions, file handling, and object-oriented programming, which allow them to build more structured and reusable code. And at this point, they can start creating real-world mini projects like to-do list apps, data analyzers, or simple web scrapers, which already feel like practical tools instead of just exercises. And this is where Python starts to feel powerful because learners begin to see how coding connects directly to real life. Once they reach a more advanced level, they can enter fields like web development using frameworks such as Django or Flask, where they can step into data science and AI using libraries like Pandas, NumPy, TensorFlow, and scikit-learn. And this is where real career opportunities begin to open up, for example, in AI learning. A beginner can start by building a simple machine learning model that predicts house prices or classifies emails as spam or not spam. And even though these projects may seem small, they are actually the foundation of real-world AI systems used in companies. Another strong benefit of learning Python in the current scenario is that it allows learners to build income-generating skills while still learning, meaning they do not have to wait for years before they can start earning. For instance, a beginner who learns web scraping can offer services to collect data from websites for businesses, or someone who learns automation can help companies save time by writing scripts that handle repetitive tasks. And these services are in demand on freelancing platforms like Fiverr and Upwork, where even small projects can earn money. As skills improve, learners can move into higher-paying roles like data analyst, Python developer, or AI assistant engineer, and these jobs often pay significantly more because they require specialized skills. Another important aspect is that Python helps learners build portfolio projects, which are extremely important in the job market because employers care more about what you can do rather than just certificates. For example, a learner can create a GitHub profile with projects like a weather app, a chatbot, a stock price predictor, or an AI image classifier. And these projects demonstrate real ability and increase chances of getting hired in the current digital economy. Having a strong portfolio is often more valuable than having a traditional degree alone. Another major benefit is that Python encourages continuous learning and adaptability because the field of technology is always evolving, and Python has a huge ecosystem of libraries and frameworks that are constantly updated. This means learners are always exposed to new tools and improvements, which keeps their skills relevant in the long term. For example, today, AI tools like ChatGPT, Midjourney, and other generative systems are reshaping industries, and Python is at the center of many of these developments, which means learners who master Python can easily adapt to future technologies as well. Another key advantage is that Python builds confidence in learners because it allows them to see real results quickly. Unlike many other skills that take a long time before showing outcomes, Python gives immediate feedback through working programs, and this sense of achievement motivates learners to continue growing, especially in a world where many young people struggle with direction and career confusion. Python provides a clear path from beginner to professional. When we look at the long-term impact of learning Python, it becomes clear that this skill is not just about getting a job today, but about building a strong foundation for the next 10 to 20 years of technological evolution. Because the world is moving rapidly toward automation, artificial intelligence, and data-driven decision-making. And in this future, people who understand programming and AI systems will have a major advantage over those who do not. Python plays a central role in this transformation because it is already deeply embedded in the infrastructure of modern technology. And this means that learning Python today is like learning the language of the future digital economy. One of the most important long-term benefits is career stability, because jobs related to Python, such as data science, AI engineering, machine learning development, and software automation are expected to grow significantly in the coming years, unlike some traditional jobs that may become outdated due to automation. Python-related roles are actually created by automation itself, meaning they are future-proof in many ways. For example, as companies continue to adopt AI systems, they will need more developers who can build, maintain, and improve these systems, which creates continuous demand for Python skills. Another major benefit is financial growth potential, because Python professionals often earn higher salaries compared to many other entry-level tech roles, especially in AI and data science fields. And as experience increases, income can grow significantly. For example, a beginner Python developer might start with small freelance tasks, then move into full-time development roles, and later transition into high-paying AI engineering or data science positions. This step-by-step financial growth makes Python one of the most practical skills for building long-term financial independence. Another powerful benefit is global opportunity, because Python is used worldwide, which means a skilled Python developer is not limited to local job markets. They can work for international companies, remote teams, or global startups, and this opens doors to better income, better exposure, and better career growth. For example, a developer in any country can work for a tech company in the United States or Europe without physically moving, simply by having strong Python and AI skills. This global access is one of the biggest advantages of learning programming today. Another important long-term impact is innovation and entrepreneurship, because Python allows individuals to turn ideas into real products. Many successful tech startups started with simple Python prototypes before growing into large companies. And in the current AI era, opportunities for innovation are even greater. For example, someone can build an AI-powered app that summarizes books, creates personalized learning plans, or helps businesses automate customer support. And these ideas can turn into real businesses if executed properly. Python also plays a major role in shaping problem-solving thinking for life, because it teaches people how to think logically, break down problems, and create step-by-step solutions. And this skill is useful in every profession and even in daily life situations. It improves decision-making, creativity, and analytical ability, which are highly valuable in any career path. Another key long-term benefit is adaptability, because technology is always changing, but Python's large ecosystem and strong community ensure that it evolves along with new trends like AI, machine learning, robotics, and cloud computing, which means learners who master Python can easily adapt to new tools and technologies in the future without starting from zero. And finally, the most important motivation for the new generation is that learning Python is not just about coding. It is about becoming part of a global shift where humans and machines work together to solve complex problems, improve industries, and create smarter systems for the world. It gives individuals the power to not just consume technology, but to create it. And in a world where digital skills define opportunities, Python becomes a key that unlocks creativity, income, independence, and long-term success. So anyone who starts learning Python today is not just learning a skill, but investing in a future where they can build, innovate, and grow continuously in an AI-driven world.